The Tribe kept Jose Bautista in the yard last night, but those guys at the bottom of the order got to the Indians and Mitch Talbot. Now, with the series tied at a game apiece, the Indians turn to Josh Tomlin, looking for win number 11 in his last start of the first half. And it comes your way next on Channel 3. Warm summer evening in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, as the Indians continue this 4-game series against the Toronto Blue Jays. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. They've split the first two, Game 3 tonight, with a fourth game still to come tomorrow afternoon. Rick, the story so far has been the offense and the production from the Toronto Blue Jays' bottom part of their order.
You know, usually when you can control a lineup that has Jose Bautista in it, you figure you're going to win a few ball games. But hitters 6 through 9 for the Toronto Blue Jays in this series have been dynamite. Snyder hits a 2-run home run last night. They continued a lot of the action with 2 outs, getting hits with runners in scoring position, and that's how you win a lot of baseball games. But when you look at the damage the bottom part of the lineup has done, they've driven in 12 of the 14 runs scored. They've scored 9 runs, 4 extra base hits, and you know what? They've controlled Bautista. They're lucky to be 1-1 in this series.
Well, that's a good point, and Josh Tomlin gets the start tonight for the Tribe. He'll be in charge of trying to corral this Toronto Blue Jays offense, which is obviously swinging the bats very well right now. Our pitching matchup brought to you by Ram Trucks, designed, tested, and proven to be the best trucks we've ever built. Ram.
Well, Brandon Morrow on the mound. He's been a very good pitcher on the road this year. He's 4-0. You see the game he pitched May 31st against the Indians. It was a loss. He struck out 9 in 5 innings. But Josh Tomlin at home, 7-1 this year, 12-2 in his career. He's looking for his 11th win. He's tied for the most wins at home this year in the league, and he has been brilliant in this ballpark. He gets the ball, he throws strikes. He's been successful against the Toronto Blue Jays. You just have to love what this guy brings to the table, because he has probably been the most consistent pitcher the Indians have had this year.
And he did a great job against a very powerful Yankees lineup his last time out, limiting them to just 2 runs. We'll see what happens here tonight as the Indians try to make it 2 out of 3 against Toronto, with, again, 1 more still to follow tomorrow afternoon. We're back with the play-by-play action coming up next on Channel 3. Here at Progressive Field, but it is a gorgeous, and I mean gorgeous, Saturday evening in downtown Cleveland as the Tribe takes the field. They do battle with the Toronto Blue Jays. Josh Tomlin will till the rubber for the Tribe, and let's look at John Farrell's starting 9 for Toronto. Yunel Escobar will lead it off, followed by Eric Thames. Then it will be Jose Bautista and Adam Lynn, Aaron Hill, Edwin Encarnacion, Travis Snyder, Jose Molina getting the start behind the plate tonight, and Rajai Davis batting ninth.
Josh Tomlin on the mound for the Indians tonight, making his 18th appearance, and he is 10-4. Done a terrific job here in this ballpark, 7-1 this year. 12-2 in his career. For whatever reason, he just he pitches very well here. He's coming off a win against the New York Yankees where he went 7 innings. Actually had a no-hitter going out there in the 7th inning and ended up getting the win after the offense came back and scored him some runs in that 7th inning. And in his career, he is 1-0 against the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's take a look at the Indians' defense, brought to you by Pat O'Brien Chevrolet, saluting the men and women defending our country and watching on the Armed Forces Network. Brantley is in left, Sizemore in center, Buck is in right, Hanahan at third, Asdrubal at short. Luis Valbuena gets his first start at second base tonight. Laporta is at first, and Santana behind the plate.
Vic Carapazza calling the balls and strikes. Doug Eddings at first, Dana DeMuth, the crew chief, at second, and Kerwin Danley down at third. So Josh Tomlin ready to go. Yunel Escobar steps in. And we're underway at Progressive Field.
And what new? Strike one.
81 degrees, our game time temperature here tonight. Tomlin the wind, the 1-1, and a broken bat roller to short. Easy play there for his Asdrubal Cabrera, one quick out. You know, that didn't seem like a crazy pitch or anything that had wicked movement on it.
It's a little cutter.
And yet that bat just...
It's a little cutter.
Sounded like a dish that fell on the floor when he hit it.
First strike, fastball, strike one, another fastball, and then a cutter. A little movement, late movement. You don't see it on TV, but it happens. Much more so than what it looks like. You know, this is going to be an interesting matchup the way this goes today, because Tomlin usually controls the first 4 hitters in the lineup. And then,
has trouble with the bottom part.
Has trouble with the bottom part, and it's been the bottom part of this Toronto lineup that has done the damage in this series.
That's smacked pretty deep to center, and Grady's going to play it off the wall. And Eric Thames is into second base with a ringing double. And that ball was blistered.
Yes, it was. Over the head of Grady before he even knew it. Let's look at our Time Warner Cable pitch tracker and see where this pitch was on the location. He wanted it right down the middle, and he'll be the first to tell you, boy, guys will hit it when it's down the middle. Santana wanted it away, didn't get it. Grady plays it nicely, but not before Thames could get his 6th double of the year. So Toronto will have an opportunity with a runner in scoring position in the first.
Jose Bautista awaiting the pitch from Tomlin. And it's inside for ball one. 29 home runs for Bautista already this year. 61 runs batted in. And a .330 batting average. Bautista second in the American League in average, behind only Adrian Gonzalez of Boston. Leading the league in homers. And among the top 10, he's about middle of the pack in RBIs in that top 10.
Well, I can't see anybody catching him to, lead the league going into the break for the 2nd consecutive year.
And you said the last guy to do that was Mark McGwire.
Right. 97, 98. So this guy's going to, at least he's got 29 home runs.
Down too low, 3 balls, no strikes. Adam Lynn waits on deck. See if Tomlin gives anything to Bautista to hit here, and it doesn't look like they're going to.
Yeah, that makes sense there. They pretty much, the intentional walk, pitch around Bautista. Now you got to take your chances with the left-hander, Adam Lynn. But that's all. You go through your meetings in the clubhouse when you go into the series and you say, hey, this is the guy we are not going to let beat us, Bautista. And he hasn't to this point. It's been the bottom of the lineup that has done it.
Yeah.
So you have to come back and make quality pitches now.
Tomlin ready. And he throws a first pitch strike. You talk about the disparity in the Blue Jays lineup. None of the 1 through 5 hitters have a hit in this series with a runner in scoring position yet. It's been the bottom part.
Yeah, they've driven in 12 of the 14 runs that Toronto has scored in this series.
Popped him up foul. Maybe a play here for Hanahan. He's over to the railing but can't get to it. Whatever breeze we have tonight appears to be blowing in ever so gently from center field.
Yeah, but that one ball that Thames hit, it really jumped, didn't it?
Sure did. So Lynn down and 2 strikes. Almost chased after the high heater, but he's able to hold up. 1-2. White Sox beat the Twins earlier today 4-3 in Chicago. White Sox stopping a 4-game losing streak.
That could be a setup pitch, that last one, Matt. High fastball. See if he changes the eye level and comes with his curveball down and in and maybe bounces it. Little cutter.
Yep. 2-2. Tigers and Royals just underway in Kansas City. Detroit with a win last night, closing to within a half game of the Indians. Tigers trying to win their 4th in a row. 2 on, 1 out for Adam Lynn, who was down 0-2. Now the count back to even. He went up with the fastball, in with the cutter, and a spin move to second off the glove of Asdrubal Cabrera, but backed up nicely by Luis Valbuena, who gets the start tonight at second base. Maniac is saying he'll use Valbuena in a similar role that he had been using Cord Phelps the last week or so, which is basically a utility player. Backup infielder. There's Valbuena, having a terrific year down at AAA Columbus before the call-up. And the 2-2. He punches it into right field. Coming around third base, Eric Thames will be waved home. He will score, and the Blue Jays take a 1-0 lead. Into third base goes Jose Bautista. So the Blue Jays finally getting some productivity out of the top of their lineup here tonight, and they jump out to an early lead.
Yeah, he hung him a breaking ball here, and he just went out there and smashed it. I mean, look at that's up there out of the strike zone, but when you see it that well, I don't care if you're a low ball hitter left-handed, he goes up out of the strike zone and he's able to pull it down into right field. So not a very good pitch by Josh. Toronto will take the early lead 1-0 here in the first.
Aaron Hill, 2 for 8 in the series. Popped up foul. And into the seats after Laporta gave it a look. Adam Lynn back at first. He has 1 steal on the year, but more than anything, Tomlin just doesn't want him to take off.
Well, nobody has stolen a base off Tomlin this year. Nobody has attempted one. They're 0 for 0. I mean, he does that good of a job. He delivers that ball to home plate in about a second or 1.1 seconds. The average time is 1.3 for your normal pitcher, but he does a terrific job of holding runners. Right now, he could use a ground ball at one of his infielders.
Yes, indeed. The 0-2. Instead, he gets a pop-up. That'll work as well.
Yes, it will.
There's Asdrubal Cabrera under it. 2 down. But he'll have to deal with Edwin Encarnacion now, who has been absolutely sizzling hot in this series. Encarnacion comes into this at-bat 7 for 10 in this series.
Well, and the thing of it is, this is when you're talking about Encarnacion, as he gets the pop out of Hill. He's seen 26 pitches in this series. He has 7 hits, only 8 balls. This guy's an aggressive hitter. He will swing at a lot of different pitches, so you have to be careful on the first pitch.
Goes after that first pitch and pops him up. Valbuena charging in, calling for it. Makes the catch to end the inning. So Tomlin allows a run, but he escapes further damage. Indians coming to bat. Starting 9, brought to you by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Michael Brantley with 6 hits in the series, leading off. Then is Drupal Cabrera and Travis Hafner. Carlos Santana, Grady Sizemore, Travis Buck in the middle. Then Matt Laporta, Luis Valbuena getting the start at second base, hitting 8. And Jack Hanahan will bat 9.
Brandon Morrow making the start, his 15th this year. He's 5-4, 473. This guy is definitely a strikeout pitcher. 96 strikeouts in his 80 innings. The Blue Jays are 8-6 in his starts. He did lose to the Indians back on May 31st. He went 5 innings, gave up 9 hits and 6 earned runs. But he did have 9 strikeouts. But he's a fastball pitcher, and they're going to see a lot of them. So you may see some swings and misses tonight if he's on his game.
And Michael Brantley takes a strike.
Brandon Morrow, on the other hand, in his last 4 starts, he's 3-0, and he's 4-0 on the road this year.
Inside corner, a strike. 0-2. You got that little turn, almost a little Roy Halladay-like.
So it hides the baseball on you, and the next thing you know, it explodes on you.
Up high with it. Michael Brantley was going through a rough spell offensively, but he has turned things around in a hurry. He's hitting 3 straight games now. And that's the mark of a good hitter. You're going to have a week, 2 weeks where you maybe don't swing the bat, you don't see it
cycle
real well, or maybe you're just tired. But the good ones, you're able to stop the slide and turn it around.
You keep them, to a minimum. You shorten them up.
Now the 1-2. Just missed inside. He thought he had strike 3. Brantley stays alive. It's 2-2.
When you go in there at 96, I'll tell you what, that's a tough pitch to get called. But the hitter, you lock him out. That was a little inside. You see Molina just tried to pull it back over the plate. He did miss in. That's a very effective pitch.
He rung him up over the outside corner. Now Brantley's not so sure that was a strike, but he's out looking to start the game.
Take a look at the Home Depot Blue Jays defense this evening. Snyder in left, Davis in center, Thames is in right. Bautista at third, Escobar at short, Hill is at second, Lind is at first. Molina getting the start tonight behind the plate. More savings, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot.
As Dribble Cabrera shoots it out of play. Yesterday, Major League Baseball officially announcing that Asdrubal will start at shortstop for the American League in the All-Star game after Derek Jeter withdrew from the contest. And if you haven't heard by now, Derek Jeter picked up his 3,000th career hit today, earlier in the Yankees game in New York, and he did it in grand style, getting the 3,000th hit with a home run off David Price. Nice play there by Lynn to retire Cabrera for out number 2. If you happen to miss it earlier, this is a look back. And again, this is a guy who hits the ball the other way so well, but
caught him a slider. And I'll tell you what, it was very impressive. How about him going 5 for 5 in the game?
Nothing fancy, no histrionics, no drama. He just circled the bases like he's done so many other times in his career.
The former teammate looking on, and it was very impressive.
You saw the gentleman who caught the ball, and that was kind of an interesting story. He got the ball, and the Yankees went to him. They what would you like in exchange for the baseball? He said, I just like to give it to him. Just want to meet him and give him the ball. That's it. Don't want anything else. And so in exchange for that, the Yankees said, well, you are getting something. They're giving him 4 of those legend seats, which are the real nice, cushy, comfy, right behind home plate.
Right.
4 of those for tomorrow's game, and season tickets for the rest of the season through the playoffs. And should they get all the way to the World Series, he's got the
good for him
shoot match. And I'm sure he got some nice memorabilia along with that.
Yeah, classy act right there.
Yep. 2 down for Hafner, the 0-1 pitch. Down low.
Another little sidebar to that. Only one other guy got their 3,000 hit and hit a home run.
That's
doing
right.
that.
Happened against us.
It happened against the Indians. It was Wade Boggs when he was down in Tampa Bay.
The 1-1 pitch. Hafner with a liner right at Aaron Hill, and the inning is over. Tribe goes 1-2-3. We go to the second. 1-0 Toronto. By McDonald's, the Mango Pineapple Real Fruit Smoothie has arrived. By your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. And by AT&T. Nice hands. 1-0. It's A Toronto lead as we go to the second inning. Bottom third of the order for the Blue Jays. Travis Snyder leading off. Looks at a ball down low. How are you with the Frisbee? You got good hands with the Frisbee?
Yeah,
good receiver?
not bad, yes. I haven't played in a while, though, so I may be a little rusty.
Tops it foul. Well, Snyder was kind of the ringleader of those 6 through 9 hitters last night with the big RBI performance, driving in 5. And he hit the crusher late, the big home run that removed all doubt. He's out looking to start this one, though. His first at bat has him headed back to the dugout, bat on shoulder.
Nice curveball. He pretty much gives up on this pitch right there. Hasn't seen the curveball on the outside edge. Very good pitch. It was up a little bit, but it was on the outside part of the plate, so not to worry.
That brings up Jose Molina. Takes a ball down low. Jose's got a very open stance.
Yep. Well, you got both eyes on the pitcher, and that front foot will come in as the pitcher gets ready to throw the ball to the plate. That's all. It's just it's his comfort zone. It's almost like when hitters try to square around, they say it's easier to bunt. It's easier to bunt because you turn and you've got two eyes on the pitcher. And you can see he's looking directly at him, and that front foot will close in. It's almost like a timing mechanism for him.
Bounce to third. Jack Hanahan will flip it over for out number 2.
Well, you can be here at Progressive Field on Saturday, July 23rd, a post-game concert starring Lifehouse, whose hits include Hanging by a Moment, You and Me, and Halfway Gone. Admission to the concert is free for all fans attending the game. It's against the White Sox, 7:05 start.
Here's Rajai Davis, who has gone 4 for 8 in the series. And he threw some daggers at the Indians in last night's game. A 2-out, 2-run single in the second. A 2-out RBI hit in the fourth. He scored a pair, ended up with 4 runs batted in last night's game. Former Oakland A's outfielder sends one to center field. Routine. Grady Sizemore makes the catch. It's a 10-pitch, 1-2-3 second inning for Josh Tomlin. 1-0 Toronto. Well, Josh Tomlin breezed through the second inning. Now we'll see if the Indians' bats can get rolling in the second against Brandon Morrow. Carlos Santana, Grady Sizemore, Travis Buck due up for the try. Morrow's fastball is outside, 1-0. Two balls, no strikes. Morrow's not a guy you would consider wild by any stretch, but he has walked 33 coming into play tonight.
But he can strike him out when he walks people. He's not like
a
guy that's a contact guy. He averages over 10 strikeouts per 9 innings.
He's had 2 10-strikeout games already this year. One of those was in 5 1/3 innings. Strike 2 called, 2-2 the count. Struck out 9 Cleveland Indians back on May 31st. He's also had a game where he struck out 9 Cardinals in a game against St. Louis in 7 innings of work.
Just missed. Well, you look at it this way. He leads all of baseball with 10.8, per 9 innings. Second in that category is Tim Lincecum. So that tells you that he can certainly go up there and get you to swing and miss. And he doesn't, you wouldn't think, have the stuff that Lincecum does with the changeup, the curveball.
Well, there's the walk. So the Indians get their leadoff man aboard. And as Grady Sizemore comes to the plate, let's check in tonight for the first time with Katie Witham.
Well, Matt, Rick, Bruce Fields, the Indians hitting coach, actually threw BP earlier today to Grady Sizemore, and he told me the problem with Grady at the plate right now, he's lost a sense of feeling for his timing. Now, he's putting in the time right now. He's in every single extra batting practice session. He's also watching video every night of himself at the plate, comparing it to old video when he was hitting well. Now, they have tweaked his mechanics a little bit, but he says he's so close. But possibly what's the best thing for him right now is the All-Star break and the fact that it'll force him to kind of take a break.
Yeah. Strike called on the outside edge to Sizemore, 0 for 4 last night, and you've talked about that before. Sometimes you can overdo it with the analysis and the extra work.
Right. You can look at all the video you want. Sometimes you just got to get away and give your brain a rest and come back in and try and keep it simple at times. But these guys, when they say they put their work in, they certainly do. They're here so early. And, they work hard. They hit so much nowadays, or have the opportunity to hit so much, that sometimes it seems like you can be tired. It takes a while. It's not going to come overnight. But with the hard work, it certainly will come. And it's a feel. It's something that you just react to.
Up high, 2 balls and a strike.
Sometimes you don't do more, you do less. And it sounds stupid or goofy, but sometimes it works. And the funny thing, it's there with Grady, but Grady has always struck out a lot. They never changed his mechanics before, even when he was leading off, and when Eric Wedge was here, they never would change him to try and say, hey, go to left field or do this or that. So to do it now, after you've already had 6 years or whatever in the big leagues, is very difficult to do.
And as far as the timing is concerned, with all the time he missed in the last 2 years,
that's a big
has he
thing.
had enough at bats, do you think, to get them back?
No, that's what people are forgetting. They think they're going to come back and he's going to be game ready, where he played 400 and some odd consecutive games. He's not. He's not back into that swing. And his injuries were in the knees and the legs, and your legs after that foundation.
Oh, he almost got Sandy Alomar. He can still move the feet down there.
He can. Oh, Sandy, you have to when you got to get out of the way.
A little salsa dancing down there for Santos.
Oh, the international weekend or night. Let's go. He is moving.
Watch him move here. Ole!
Yeah, you'll be able to get out of the way. Either that or you'll be touting an ice bag around after the game.
Santana at first. 3-2 pitch to Sizemore. And Grady bloops it toward left. It's going to drop for a hit. Santana hits second. Takes a big turn, but stops after Snyder got to it quickly without incident. And the Indians have their first 2 aboard here to start the second inning.
And that's a good way to start. I mean, those are kind of hits. There's nothing wrong with getting jammed. And a lot of hitters feel like you never want to do it, but right there, sometimes good things can happen when you do. Morrow throws a good fastball, and it must be really explosive because it gets on his trademark, but he fights it off and gets it into left field. The Indians' first hit, first and second, nobody out.
Travis Buck looks at a ball down low. Buck 2 for 6 now in the series. And he missed again. 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, when you look at Morrow, the breakdown on him, Tommy gives me a little note here. With nobody on it, they're hitting 226 off him. With runners on, it's 273. Then it goes up to 319 when you have runners in scoring position.
Back out of play. You know, with his arm and the kind of stuff he has, those numbers surprise me. Because you would think that he's got the kind of power and ability to blow hitters away when he gets in trouble. Maybe on the full
windup with that turn, he hides the ball a little bit better and it gets on. It doesn't get on you as quick from the stretch. I don't know. Some pitchers do have a little more tougher time pitching out of the stretch than they do the full windup.
Buck fouls that off his foot. 2-2. Well, the Indians making Morrow work here in inning number 2. Matty Acta felt like last night they got taken out of the game too early. He was happy with the fact that his offense fought back and battled, but he said they just got into too big of a hole early. Now the 2-2. Buck with a fly ball to left. Snyder back onto the track. Jumps up and makes the catch. Santana tagged at second and alertly gets into third base.
Well, that's a heads-up play. Because by rights, you shouldn't be able to tag up on a play right there like that. It's just that Snyder, he thought it was up against the wall. He should have been back there coming in with the play, but he jumps. And I'll tell you, that's a heads-up play to get yourself in scoring position. Now there's only 1 out, and you have a chance. Another fly ball will get you home. Good hustle by the catcher, and he didn't even have to slide.
So first and third with 1 out, and Matt Laporta will be the batter. Chance for the Indians to tie the game here. If Laporta can, at the very least, get a fly ball to the outfield. Now, Santana doesn't have great speed, but he runs better than the average catcher. Ball 1 down low.
Well, let's put it this way. It's better that Santana's on third than Jose Molina. If you got to try and score a guy with a sac fly.
If you had to pick one of the two for the anchor on your relay team, you'd take Santana every time. There's a fly ball hit well deep right field. Thames back, still going back, and he makes the catch. Tagging at third and coming home is Santana with the tying run. But that was a sensational effort by Thames in right field to take extra bases away from Matt Laporta.
Boy, I didn't think he was going to get there. Laporta did a beautiful job of going the other way, and I mean hit that ball right on the nose. Stayed inside of it, but look at he got a great jump, ran a great route, and that ball comes back on you a little bit from the right-handed hitter. Enables him to jump up at the end and make a beautiful play. But he does get credited with an RBI sacrifice fly. We have a tie game, so good job by Matt Laporta.
There is Luis Valbuena. Takes a strike over the outside corner. Mentioned Valbuena was having a terrific year at AAA Columbus. We'll look at those numbers right here. Third in the league in runs batted in at the time of his call-up. Smoked foul, first base side. Ninth in the International League in batting average. And also fifth in slugging percentage. Now defensively, if you're wondering about Valbuena, because that's what Manny Acta has said, he'll use him in a utility-type role. He played 46 games at shortstop, 11 games at third base and in left field, 5 games at second. So the primary spot for him was at shortstop.
Well, and I know the funny thing, he come up here and he's playing second base.
But, you know, that's important for them to have somebody in the event as Drupal Cabrera needs a day off. And Manny has said, I'd like to give him a day off before the All-Star break. Well, we're running out of time.
Yeah. Well, then it has to be tomorrow.
You know, sometimes the best laid plans, too. You'd like. Yeah. How many times did we hear Mike Hargrove? I really want to give Omar a day, or I want to give so-and-so a day, and it just never happens because you're trying to win every game as a manager. Valbuena strikes out, and the inning is over. But the Indians come back to tie it on a sac fly by Matt Laporta. We're all even at 1 after 2. Back here, top of the third. Want to remind you to stay tuned later in the game. You'll see our Miller Taste Greatness moment. Yunel Escobar leading off for Toronto. Looks at the ball down low. Missed down low with the breaking ball. 2-1. Wouldn't chase after it. 3-1. One of the rare times we see Tomlin fall behind in an at-bat. Challenged him with a fastball there, and he fouls it right back. Escobar has Looked very good defensively in this series, and from what we've seen of him.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's a good defensive player, no question.
Fly ball to right field. Routine, though, for Travis Buck. One away. That brings us to our minor league report tonight, brought to you by Kia. Eric Berger. Look at that mustache.
The hamburger.
Yeah, that's right out of the 1970s, huh?
Holy smokes, I like that look right there.
Retired all
70s.
5.
No, you got to go back to the 30s.
You're thinking he's way back?
Oh, yeah. We got to put that old Indian head on the hat. What a look. Great
look. It's like
look.
those guys back in the old, like, turn of the century days. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Now the 0-2. Bounced it in there. Thames wouldn't chase after that. Thames smoked a double off the center field wall in the first.
Yep, Talbot realized, Tomlin realized he right there, middle of the plate, and he hit it hard. So comes right back, gets ahead of him, and tries to get him to swing at his pitch. Look at that. Made the adjustment.
Second strikeout for Tomlin, 2 down here in the third.
You know, you get ahead. He went down with the curveball. He laid off it. Then he's going to challenge him with that 89-mile-an-hour fastball. He couldn't hold up. So you go north and south in the strike zone that time. You don't necessarily have to go east and west. Just change the eye level and got a nice strikeout. Nicely done. You know, a lot of times when people you talk about strike zone, moving the ball around, they're thinking inside, outside. Well, you can also go up and down as well.
Oh, that ball's crushed. Deep left field and gone. Number 30 for Jose Bautista. And Toronto comes back to regain the lead at 2-1.
Well, he did the right thing the first time. He pitched around him and walked him. And it's another solo home run. It's number 15 given up by Tomlin, but this guy has taken many people deep. And let's see the location of this pitch. Time Warner Cable pitch tracker was out over the plate. This guy was up a little bit and takes advantage of it. So Toronto comes right back, makes it a 2-1 game. He's going to be in that home run hitting contest on Monday out in Arizona. Ball really carries out there. It'll be fun to watch him, because he can hit them a long way. He generates a lot of bat speed.
His 100th home run as a Blue Jay.
That didn't take long for him, did it?
Only 2 players in club history have reached the 100 mark in fewer than 500 games.
Let me guess. Carlos Delgado, was he one?
Fred McGriff did it in 473, and Joe Carter did it in 475. Jose Bautista has done it in 377.
Wow.
That's almost 100 games fewer. Wow. That's pretty amazing. Not to mention 30 homers before the All-Star break, also Blue Jays franchise mark. And now the 3-2 pitch. Weekly tap towards short as Dribble Cabrera throws him out. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. Jose Bautista with his 30th home run of the year now has the Blue Jays back in front 2-1. 2-1 in favor of the Blue Jays. Going to the bottom of the third inning, Jack Hanahan will lead off for the Tribe. Bounced right at the second baseman, Aaron Hill. One down. Our great clip of the game from yesterday, Michael Brantley with a 4-hit performance. Turning things around offensively for him in a hurry. Now batting .314 in the month of July. Relax. You're at Great Clips.
4-hit games are always great. You make up for a lot of lost time.
Yeah.
But you can see the pitching pattern that John Farrell has a lot of his Blue Jays doing. They're trying to pitch a lot of the left-handers inside in this series, this being game number 3. Now, whether you go in there and you hit for a strike is one thing, but at least you're letting the hitters know that I'm not afraid to go in there, get you off the plate so you can use the outside part of the plate at times to get them out.
Brantley with a bullet at first base. Lynn makes a nice grab, goes to the bag, 2 down. Check in once again with Katie Witham.
Well, Matt, Rick, we've got KeyBank Kids Fun Day going on tomorrow. It's going to be a great time out there on the Gateway Plaza before the game. Jungle Terry will be in town, and also all of you kids out there, you can go over to the Wild Water Kingdom kiosk. If you're 48 inches or smaller, you'll get a free ticket to get on out there to the Wild Water Kingdom. That will be a great time. Also, you can stay to move it around the bases afterwards, sponsored by the Cleveland Clinic. Guys.
All right, thanks, Katie. 2 down for Asdrubal Cabrera. Sends a high pop, shallow left. The shortstop, Escobar, makes the catch. It's a 6-pitch third inning for Brandon Morrow. 2-1 Toronto. It's a 2-1 Toronto lead as we go now to the 4th inning. Aaron Hill, Edwin Encarnacion, Travis Snyder due for Toronto. Nice diving stop at third by Jack Hanahan. Gets up and throws him out.
Tell you what, that guy can pick it over there.
How many times has he done that this year?
He's done a remarkable job. You know what? I've seen Jack Hanahan play before, but I'll tell you what, I never, ever realized he was that good of a defender at third base. He makes all the plays. It doesn't matter. Bare hand, goes to his left, to his right, comes in on the ball, can go back. He has been solid for the Indians this year.
Edwin Encarnacion popped up on the infield his first time up, takes a strike. Royals out to a 2-0 lead over Detroit in the second inning in Kansas City. Big curveball misses.
This guy, he didn't swing in the first 2 pitches. He's got to swing here. He has been swinging the bat. I knew it. Come here.
That's all the way to the upper deck. And I think they dropped it and went all the way down.
Sure
right
did.
In front of us.
Coming back to the lower bowl.
There's a liner to short, and it's caught by Cabrera. 2 down.
Even though that was a hanging breaking ball, it looked like he still got it a little on the trademark, and it jammed him a little bit, so it wasn't a hard hit line drive. It's one of those humpback liners. Cabrera was able to get up and time it nicely. Makes the catch. Out number 2.
Caught the outside corner. Travis Snyder was called out on strikes his first time up. Slug to center, a base hit for Travis Snyder. That's his 5th hit in the series. Let's get a look at our trivia question tonight, brought to you by AT&T. 3 Indians have hit a home run in their home park in an all-star game. Can you name them? We'll have the answer coming up later on. Jose Molina grounded to short his first time up. He bats here with a runner at first in, 2 down. Back to the glass right behind home plate. Snyder back with the dive. Now the 0-1. Back out of play. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 down and a runner at first here in the 4th inning.
That was beautiful. That ball looked like it hit into a cup of beer. It fell down, but the guy got the ball. Lost the beer, but got the ball. Watch this. Hits into a cup. Tumbles down. The beer goes. The ball stays. He's got it. Cost him a beer, but he won't mind. Get the souvenir. How about McD? Beautiful job, pal. You don't miss a beat. That's not easy. He didn't miss a trick, did he? Watch out for those guys on camera. They see everything.
Now the 1-2. Back to even. This next pitch will be number 60 on the night for Josh Tomlin. The 2-2. Another base hit into the gap in right center. This could be trouble. That's going to split him. Buck cuts it off before the track, but they're going to wave Snyder all the way around. Here's his dribbles throw to the plate, but it's up the line. And Snyder scores. The Blue Jays get a big 2-out RBI hit from Jose Molina. And they now lead it 3-1.
Bottom part of the lineup coming back again for Toronto with 2 outs. It's almost like I thought he might slide to get that ball. to try and stop it and pop up and get it in as quickly as possible. But with his angle, the way he was going after that ball, it's tough to stop and try and get anything on it. But he overthrows his first cutoff man, Valbuena, who was way out there. The trailer is Cabrera. He gets it, but not before Snyder will come in to score. So it is now a 3-1 ball game.
That brings up Rajai Davis, who flied to center his first time up. And a strike called to Davis.
Three of Toronto's 5 hits today have been extra bases. The home run by Bautista, a double by Thames, and a double right there by Molina. Three 2-out hits. Something that they've been very good at in this series.
Yes, indeed. Tomlin with a 1-1. Jammed him, pops him up right side of the infield. Matt Laporta makes the catch, inning over. But Toronto adds to their lead. 3-1 Blue Jays, middle of the fourth. Three-1 Toronto. Bottom of the fourth inning, Travis Hafner, Carlos Santana, and Grady Sizemore for the Indians.
Here comes a shift. Over goes Bautista into a roaming right field. There he is, right behind second base and moving out towards right. And you don't want to test him with a one-hopper out there because he has a pretty good arm.
Yes, he does.
And that field is definitely overloaded on one side. You know, how many people have asked you, and I know they ask me all the time, when they see him playing like that, why don't they just slap the ball the other way and, try and get a base hit to left field? It's so easy. Well, then you're doing them a favor. You're playing right into their hand. You're doing something normally you don't do. And it's not as easy as you think. It may be in batting practice to go ahead and slap it that way. When you have a guy throwing 93 to 96 miles an hour, it's just not as easy.
And he's generally not throwing you pitches
to let you go that
the other
way. Right. Yeah. He's forcing you to hit the ball to the strength of the defense. That's why defenses are set your pitcher goes in there and he pitches to where you're going to, hopefully when you hit it, you're going to hit it right into the teeth of the defense.
He didn't hit anything that time. Struck him out on 3 pitches. Let's pause for station identification. You're watching Cleveland Indians baseball. Matt Underwood, Rick Manning with you here at Progressive Field, where the Indians trail the Blue Jays 3-1. Try batting here in the 4th. Carlos Santana walked and scored his first time up. And a swing and a miss. Up high with the heater. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brandon Morrow still under 50 pitches tonight. He has struck out 3. He's walked 1. That 1 walk, Santana came around to score against him, though.
Yeah, and it was a leadoff walk. Those have a way of coming around to hurt you if you're a pitcher.
Fouled first base side. Full count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Brady Sizemore waiting on deck. Morrow's 50th pitch of the night. Fouled back out of play. 30 of his 50 have been strikes. And he's working with a 3-1 lead here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. White Sox beat the Twins earlier today 4-3. Royals now lead the Tigers 4-0. They're in the 3rd inning in Kansas City. Here's the payoff pitch to Santana. Ball 4, and the Indians have a 1-out base runner. Remember, Santana walked his last time up, came around to score. The Indians will hit the road after the All-Star break, and their first stop is Camden Yards in Baltimore. Join us next Sunday here on Channel 3 as Cleveland wraps up a 3-game set with the Orioles. Indians O's next Sunday at 1 on Channel 3, your official Cleveland Indians station. Brady Sizemore, off speed down low. Sizemore had a nice at bat his first time up. He battled Morrow and then blooped a base hit to shallow left field. It was a fastball that got on top of him in a hurry, but he fought it off nicely. And you say sometimes getting jammed isn't the worst thing in the world.
No, not at all. But I mean, as hitters.
There's a high drive, deep center. Back is Davis looking up, and it is gone to Souvenir City. Just did clear the wall, and Grady Sizemore has brought the Indians to back to even. His 9th home run of the year, a 2-run shot, ties the game at 3.
Boy, that's nice to see, isn't it? Well, Katie said he's been working hard. So far, dividends were paid tonight. He's 2 for 2. And Grady gets his 9th home run. This home run replay will be brought to you by Great Clips. Great needs, great deeds, great clips. Fastball out over the plate. Grady has that slight uppercut. Hits it high and deep. Gets it into the seats. And back come the Indians. They tie the game at 3. That's only the 5th home run given up by Brandon Morrow, and the 9th hit by Grady Sizemore.
And now a bouncer foul first base side. Certainly a good feeling for Grady Sizemore, who, as we mentioned, and Katie talked about it early. He's had his struggles. He's been working hard.
Well, nobody works as hard as this kid, so it's nice to see it, some results.
Yeah.
Not only he's been doing it, it's not just like he started. It's been going on for some time, but now before the break, if he can have another couple great at-bats today and into tomorrow, then you go off for that 3 days, and mentally you're on a positive.
It's one thing to have people talking to you, patting you on the back, but you need some positive reinforcement for your own peace of mind once in a while.
You've got to see results in this game. This game's enough failure to begin with. I mean, think about it. When you're a hitter, you hit 300, you're still 70% of the time.
Well, Squibber towards third. Batista guns it over. 2 down. Going to bring up Matt Laporta. He had a good at-bat his first time up. He smoked the ball to deep right field, but Eric Thames made a nice running catch. But he hit it deep enough to get a run home from third base that got the Indians on the board back in inning number 2. Down low, no, a called strike. Looked low, but it's 0-1 quickly on Laporta.
Oh, yeah. That's certainly one you don't want to swing at. That's a tough call if you're a hitter.
Up and away with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Bouncer to third. Batista can take his time, throws him out, inning over. But Grady Sizemore's 9th home run of the year has brought the Indians back to even with Toronto after 4 innings.
And by Panini's. Get overstuffed at any one of 18 locations in Northeast Ohio.
Three-hour score. Josh Tomlin, 63 pitches on the night. 38 of those have been strikes. And he fires a first pitch strike to Yunel Escobar, who is 0 for 2. One and one the count. This scoreboard update brought to you by your Northern Ohio Ford dealers and the all-new 2012 Ford Focus. Ford, drive one. Checked on a ball down low. It's 2-1. A little bit high with the fastball. 3-1.
We've seen Josh tonight behind in a few counts, more than normal. When you look at his split, 67 pitches, only 39 strikes. Normally he is into the zone, so he doesn't have his fine control like he normally does.
Center field, Grady Sizemore makes the catch, one away. But at least to this point, Rick, it's a testament to how well Tomlin can adjust even when things aren't going well.
Right. Well, look at this. There you go. He upset. He missed that pitch. He's talking to himself.
He knew he broke his bat, too.
Well, no, he broke it. I don't think he broke it on the swing.
Yeah?
I think he was just upset he didn't hit that ball harder than what he did.
Swung on and missed by Eric Thames.
These guys don't get cheated, do they?
No.
That's a Dwayne Murphy type swing right there. I don't know if you remember him, the center fielder with the Oakland A's.
Oakland, yeah.
He's their hitting coach. That got him.
Thames will take his base.
There's that little cutter. He wasn't in a hurry to get out of the way. He just, you see, with the arm protection, you don't have to move. You don't have to move when you wear that arm protection up there. That's they should abolish that. You'd see more hitters trying to get out of the way. They just sit and take it.
This is popped straight up behind the plate.
That's going to be in play, too.
Santana. The old home run in an elevator shaft right there, 2 down. Thames holds at first and a huge out for Josh Tomlin.
Yeah, but this is where Toronto has done their damage. Out of their 15 runs, 8 of their 15 runs have scored with 2 outs in the series. That's where they're at now. Man on first, 2 out.
Tomlin sets, he fires, and it's low. Adam Lynn, an RBI single in the first, grounded to short to end the 3rd inning. Now bats here with a runner at first and 2 down in the 5th. For what it's worth, this is when he's had his troubles tonight. The Blue Jays have gone 3 for 7 against Josh with 2 outs. That's rocketed foul. Look out down below. Holy mackerel. That was a screamer into the seats just down beyond the dugouts, but everybody appears to be just fine. The 1-1. Down low, throw to first, and it was close. Boy, I tell you what. Laporta slapped the tag on Thames' right hand quickly, but he just did beat the throw.
Yeah, gets behind that left-handed batter, and yes, he does.
All right. 2-1 the count. Want this pitch away. missed his target, but he lines it right at the right fielder, Buck, who can't make the catch. Around second, on his way to third is Thames. He'll be held there.
Got him.
Throw! It hits the runner, goes into foul territory, and the Blue Jays are going to get a run here. Unbelievable. You talk about a bad break there. First, Buck doesn't make the catch, and then they still have a chance to get out of the inning, but his throw to first, they had the runner dead to rights, but Laporta was behind the runner, and the ball hit the runner, and then the Blue Jays end up getting a run as Thames comes home to score on the play.
Well, by rights, you'll see that ball has a little top spin on it, but he should make the catch. He doesn't catch it. Now he comes in and throws behind the runner, and that gets Lind, and I don't think it hit the runner. I think it bounced off Laporta. I'm not sure. But then, in turn, actually the throw should have went to second base. He slips going down. It did get the runner on the foot.
Right back to Tomlin. He throws to first in frustration, but the Blue Jays regain the lead once again. 4-3 Toronto, middle of the fifth. Well, that's a gorgeous picture right there. On the shores of Lake Erie here in downtown Cleveland, Progressive Field. Indians now trail the Blue Jays 4-3 after Travis Buck couldn't come up with a play in right field, and then on the throw charged with his first career error.
As an outfielder. And that hit the runner, hit his foot as he was trying to get back into first base. Caromed off, but it allowed the run to come around and score, and Toronto took a 4-3 lead. So they've scored in 4 of the first 5 innings.
Luis Valbuena with a pop-up near the Blue Jay dugout and hits the roof.
For Morrow, he's given up 2 hits, both of them to Grady Sizemore. And the walks have come around to score. So he's walked Santana twice.
Valbuena with a liner to short, 1 down. Let's go back to the studios right now and check in with Dave Chudowski. He's got the latest on that Royals-Tigers battle going on tonight.
All right, Matt, Rick, thanks a lot. Bottom of 2, Kansas City already up 2-0. Looks like Charlie Furbish has a problem with that pitch and more problems than Billy Butler with the single 2 score to make it 4-0. Now it's 4-2, though. Bottom of 3. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Dave. 4-2 Royals. Here it's 4-3 Blue Jays. Jack Hanahan grounded to second his first time up, looks at a strike. Outside. Swung on and missed. Oh, he rings him up on a pitch that was above the belt. Hanahan might have thought that was high, but it's strikeout number 4 from Morrow. 2 down here in the 5th.
Well, when you come out to Progressive Field, you may want to sit out in the Time Warner Cable bleachers. All tickets are just $10. And a reminder, buy your tickets in advance for great savings.
Down low to Michael Brantley. There's a drive towards center field. Davis makes the catch as he had to reach for it. And the Indians go 1, 2, 3 on 9 pitches here in the 5th. Cleveland area Subway restaurant to pick up your Wahoo Bucks $5 discount coupons for the Subway Extreme Fan Zone. It's the place to be for a chance to win Subway gift cards, Indians fun money, and you'll get great discounts on your next Subway purchase. Subway, where winners eat. Edwin Encarnacion 0 for 2 tonight. Looks at the ball down low. Encarnacion 7 for 10 in the first 2 games of the series, but he has popped up and lined out here tonight. There's a high fly ball to center. Grady back pedaling. 1 away. Here's our Miller Taste Greatness moment, and on the heels of Derek Jeter collecting his 3,000th hit on a home run earlier today at home against Tampa, down in Tampa against the Indians, Wade Boggs became the first man to get his 3,000th hit on a home run against the Indians, coming off Chris Haney. That was 1999.
Wow, a long time ago.
So that was only the second year in Ray's existence. I think they came in 98, if I remember right.
That's the first year you started going out petting those rays out in the tank in right center field.
Negative, Ghost Rider. The 1-1 outside. Snyder singled and scored in the fourth. There were 2 outs, bases were empty, and Snyder singled to center and then came around on Jose Molina's double. It's been a familiar theme for Toronto in this series, the big 2-out hits. High fly ball, right field. Travis Buck. 2 down. All right, so Derek Jeter got his 3,000th hit earlier today. Who else is on the radar? Well, Pudge Rodriguez is close to how much he's got left.
I know it.
And Omar Vizquel's in the same boat. A-Rod, you would think, Rick, has plenty of mileage left and should eclipse the 3,000 hit mark. Johnny Damon, I don't know. It's still a long ways away.
Well, and A-Rod going down now with the knee surgery. He may miss a month. And Damon, well, you never know. If you stay in the American League, you can DH, but how many at-bats do you get when you're that age and you're going to be successful?
And that's the question, I guess, for Pudge Rodriguez, who's closest on that list, but will he continue to get everyday at-bats at his age?
Well, even if you're knocking on the doorstep, it's a tremendous career. But, boy, you get that close, you certainly do want to get to it.
Pop back out of play. Tomlin into the line on the 1-2. Just missed with it to even the count.
Yeah, he just doesn't have that pinpoint control tonight that he normally has. And, of course, you're not going to go out there with it every time out, but he's battling. He's still going now into the 6th inning.
Ooh.
Pretty good pitch.
Man,
pretty good pitch right there.
That was a very good pitch, especially when you look at some of the ones that we've seen guys rung up on here tonight. That's a strike. Come on.
We saw the low one he was calling. I don't know what that was.
Now 3-2. And it's ripped past Hanahan. So you give him an extra chance, and he comes through. That's the second 2-out double tonight for Jose Molina.
These guys have their 2-out hitting shoes on in the series.
Well, Vic Carapazza, the home plate umpire, he's hearing it from Manny Acta in the Indians dugout. Adam struck out, but didn't get the call, and then Molina gets another chance and comes through. And now, once again, Toronto trying to get a 2-out.
What's he doing?
Why would he be bunting there?
I mean, that's really, for me, that's stupid. You've got a guy in scoring position. You've got a 1-run lead. You're in the middle part of the game. Why do you want to bunt? Drive him in.
I'm sure John Farrell's asking the same question right now. He had 3 hits last night and had 4 RBIs.
Right, and I mean, they've been hitting the ball, and you've got Tomlin on the ropes. You don't want a bunt base hit. You want to drive him in. Well, I'll tell you what. Earlier in the series, he stole a couple bases, and I thought he was trying to pad his stats. I don't know if you're looking for average or what, but he hits the ball right on the nose.
And right into the glove of Jack Hanahan. field. For the Tribe, Asdrubal Cabrera, Travis Hafner, and Carlos Santana. Trying to get something going against Brandon Morrow. He's made 67 pitches through 5 innings. 41 of those have been strikes. The key is getting him into the stretch. They're 0 for 12 out of the windup. And the funny thing about that is their rallies, if you want to call them that, they've started with walks.
Yeah, well, there's no rallies. He's walked Santana twice. He has 2 walks. They both scored.
Yeah.
He came in on the sac fly by Laporta, which was a nice play by Thames and Wright, and then he scored on Grady's 2-run homer. So there haven't been rallies. But you're right. Get him from the stretch.
Yeah, so
normally, he's tough on offense. His first time through, $179. Second time through, it goes up to 274, and the third time's 305.
There's a liner toward left field and a base hit. So they've got that first hit off Morrow out of the windup. And now they see if they can go back to work on him out of the stretch.
Yeah, first guy to get a hit other than Sizemore. So there you go. It's a leadoff single.
Our game recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Jose Bautista with his 30th home run of the year. First Blue Jay to ever hit 30 before the All-Star break. And Grady Sizemore got us back to even with a 2-run home run. But the Blue Jays come right back on a goofy play, a base hit, an error, and they're on top 4-3. Find out about more than 30 Toyota offers available now at buyatoyota.com.
You got to call interference on that play there. Hit off his foot. Because if Laporta catches it, he probably tags him and he's out.
Hafner looks at a ball up high. Pronk 0 for 2 tonight. He has lined out to second base and struck out. And a strike is called. That evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah, you notice now with a man on first base where Bautista is on the infield now, no longer in short right field. Here you see him up on the cut of the grass.
Well, he almost hit Pronk that pitch.
Well, if you're going to go inside, you want to go in off the plate. He moves him out of that toe hold. But here's one guy that has not been afraid to go inside to the left-handers in the lineup tonight.
Morrow the set and the 2-1 to Hafner. High, 3 balls and a strike.
There you go. You'll take a walk. You'll take any way to get on base. Bronk will be zoned in now. Santana, who has walked twice, the only 2 walks of the game for Morrow, on deck.
Hafner takes a strike and the count goes full. That's the 75th pitch of the night for Brandon Morrow. 45 strikes for the power right-hander on John Farrell's starting 5. Farrell will be headed to the All-Star game as a coach for the American League. Cabrera might be taken off. No, he holds on the 3-2, and Hafner strikes out. 5 strikeouts now for Morrow, 1 down here in the 6th.
This is either a cutter or a slider. Let me look and see. That's like the slider, but 89.
Good down movement.
And I'll tell you, he had the 3-1 fastball, but it was away. He placed that pitch perfectly on the inside, and it was running in. Might have been was perfectly placed by Morrow. Gets his 5th strikeout.
Well, here's Carlos Santana. He has walked twice and scored 2 runs. Well, the one thing about Santana, he continues to draw his walks.
Yeah, he has 60 on the year.
Came in 4th in the American League. And that just missed 1-1. Kansas City beating up on Detroit now, 9-2. Royals over the Tigers.
You know, sometimes there's pitchers that have a tough time throwing maybe one hitter in a lineup strikes, and it just happens to be Santana.
Yeah.
For some reason tonight for Brandon Morrow.
Two-one count, a toss to first, but as Drupal back with a dive. Up high, 3 balls and a strike. So here we go again. The set and the 3-1 pitch. And that got a good chunk of Molina.
No, you get your fastball to hit right there. He just tried to pull it. You watch him, watch his front side come off a little bit. You get the hitter's count, 3-1 fastball, but it's middle away. So you've got to try and drive that ball to left center field. It looked to me like Carlos tried to pull it more so than go the other way or hit it hard or let it just track a little bit more into the zone.
Morrow comes set with the payoff pitch. And a bouncing ball in the hole. Nice stop by Hill, and he throws him out, 2 down. Tying run gets into scoring position.
Well, you just go for that one out. He got inside on him with a little cut fastball or a slider that he threw to Hafner. Struck out Hafner. Santana gets a piece of it, pulls it in the hole. And Hill makes a very nice play. You slide, you're only going to get one. Get the guy that hit it, but that tying run goes into scoring position now.
And to the plate is Grady Sizemore, who dumped a base hit into shallow left field his first time up, and then swatted a towering 2-run homer to center field his last time up. Down low with a breaking ball. At the knees for a strike. One and one to count with the tying run at second base here, last half of the 6th. And it gets away from Molina, so down to third goes Cabrera. But now Sizemore in a 1-2 hole.
This is a pitch that's been very good for him. That ball down in the dirt. They must have a tough time picking up the spin on that slider down and in the left-handers. And one reason could be because he's throwing about 96 miles an hour inside. And you're looking for that fastball. So as a hitter, you start cheating on that pitch. And the next thing you know, you finally see the spin. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a strike because you've already committed to it. That's why he gets so many strikeouts.
And he's got that slider coming again. And he struck him out. That'll end the inning. 6 complete. Toronto 4, Cleveland 3.
Trailing the Jays by 1 run now. Just a couple days until the All-Star game. I can't believe it. But you know what? We have a great deal going on for you. Only good through tomorrow. Right now, to honor our All-Stars, you can get $13 tickets in honor of Asdrubal Cabrera anywhere in the mezzanine, the lower reserve, or upper box, and $54 for those outfield club seats in honor of Chris Perez. Log on to Indians.com and click on the Diamonds deal page to get those. Once again, they're only good through tomorrow, and tomorrow is surely going to be a good game. Matt, Rick, we'll send it back up to you guys.
All right, thanks, Katie. Josh Tomlin will depart after 6 innings of work tonight, 92 pitches under his belt. Joe Smith coming on, call to the bullpen, brought to you by Verizon 4G LTE. Rule the air on the most advanced 4G network in the world.
Oh, man, it's having an outstanding year. Joe Smith coming on for the 33rd time. Look at the ERA, .91 in his 29 2/3 innings. He's given up 26 hits. Walked 10, coming on to face the top of the lineup. So Josh Tomlin comes out, gives another 6 innings. He didn't have his great control tonight, but still kept him in the ball game, and that 4th run was scored via the error.
Oh, yeah, a little chopper off the plate, and Smith, he does that well. He fields his fields punts very well. Let's go back to the studios once again. Dave Chudowski has another in-game update for us.
Matt, thanks a lot. Here is the Royals and the Tigers, and a big 5-run third inning for the Royals. Alex Gordon with his 11th homer of the year, a 3-run shot to make it 9-2, but the Tigers are coming back. It's 9-5 right now in the 4th. Back to you.
Oh, boy,
it's a long way from over.
One of those nights in Kansas City. Must be warm, and the ball is flying.
It's a long way from being over, just as this one is.
Well, tapper to second. Easy play for Valbuena. 2 down. Hey, I want to send along some get well wishes to Jim Chilcott, who's been watching, and he's recovering from knee replacement surgery. And I understand the other night that when Travis Hafner hit the game-winning grand slam, he tried to get up out of his chair.
Did he really? He's so excited.
He gets so excited. So, Jim.
Easy
does it, big fella.
Put the seatbelt on, baby. Get that knee better first before you jump.
Jose Bautista fouled out at home plate his last time up. Sent one straight up in the air.
Take care of our birthday wishes. Marion Nolan of Jefferson is turning 92, and Earl King of Bryant, Texas is 78.
Left-hander Rafael Perez getting hot in the bullpen. Three and two the count for Bautista, who clobbered his 30th home run of the year earlier in the game. Beats this one into the ground to first. Matt Laporta takes it himself. It's a 1-2-3 seventh for Joe Smith and the Tribe. Cleveland Clinic, 7th inning stretch time. Indians fans, time to get up and let's move it. Don't forget you can stop by any one of your Northeastern Ohio Panini's locations and get yourself overstuffed pizza, wings, and, of course, their overstuffed sandwiches. Log on to paninisgrill.com to find a location near you. Here's Travis Buck leading off, and he takes a strike. Buck 0 for 2. He flied to deep left in the second, grounded to third his last time up. Bounced foul over by the Tribe dugout. 1-2 the count on Buck. Next pitch will be number 90 tonight for Brandon Morrow. Gave up a 2-run homer to Grady Sizemore in the 4th inning that tied the game. But the Blue Jays came right back to regain the lead 4-3 on Travis Buck's throwing error. Morrow settles on a pitch he likes. And that slider
yes,
right back
indeed.
to the mound.
That has been his pitch tonight, his bread and butter for the left-handers.
It's been his money ball. One down. Let's get the answer to our trivia question tonight, brought to you by AT&T. Well, we know Sandy Alomar did it.
Well, then you got to think of the next time that the All-Star game was here, you got to go to the 50s when it was Rosen and Doby.
Did they both do it in the same game?
Think so.
How about that?
How about that? Al Rosen did too.
Laporta fouls it back. Congratulations to Jason and Ann Howe on the birth of their first child. A girl named Alexa was born this afternoon. Jason, a former game day worker here at the ballpark. So congratulations to Jason and Ann Howe.
Jason, you will not sleep much longer.
Sleep's overrated.
Yes, it is.
Here's the 0-1. Laporta sack fly his first time up. He hit the ball hard.
That was a big play in that inning.
It was a great play by Thames, the right fielder, to run it down. Because I thought it was going to be over his head.
Oh, well, if it is over his head, then, Sizemore is going to score from first base, and it's a bit different inning.
Big play.
It was a huge play. He made a nice catch on the run. He ended up only getting one in the inning.
Four runs on 7 hits for Toronto, 3 runs on 3 hits for the Indians. Remember, Carlos Santana has walked twice in the game, and he has scored both times. All 3 Indians hits. Well, 2 of them, I should say, 2 of the 3 Indians hits coming off the bat of Grady Sizemore, and the other one was a leadoff hit by Asdrubal Cabrera in the 6th. Grady hit the 2-run homer in the 4th that tied the game at that time. And Laporta strikes out, 2 down. That's 7 Ks for Brandon Morrow. And we'll pause for station identification. You're watching Cleveland Indians baseball. Matt Underwood, Rick Manning with you tonight here at Progressive Field, along with Katie Witham. The Indians on the short end of a 4-3 score at this time. Luis Valbuena 0 for 2 on the night. Lined out to short his last time up in the 5th. No balls, 2 strikes. Detroit still chipping away at Kansas City's lead. It's now 9-6 Royals. They're still only in the 4th inning in Kansas City. White Sox beat Minnesota earlier today 4-3. Chicago snapping a 4-game skid. Swung on and missed. Valbuena strikes out. Indians go in order, and that's 6 in a row retired by Brandon Morrow.
Is presented by the authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
Well, the Indians trail at 4-3 as we go to the 8th inning here at Progressive Field. And the Tribe goes back to their bullpen. Left-hander Rafael Perez will come on after Joe Smith worked a perfect 7th inning. He'll face 4, 5, and 6 hitters: Adam Lynn, Aaron Hill, Edwin Encarnacion.
Well, you keep it close, and it's a good ball game right now. And this, when the Indians, this part of the ball game is when they do very well in this park. Perez on for the 39th time. He's going to get Lynn, Hill, Encarnacion, the hitters.
Swung on and missed. Adam Lynn drove in a run in the first inning with a base hit, singled in the 5th, and that base hit in the 5th inning was a strange play, and it's the difference in the ball game. He had a sinking liner to right that Travis Buck came in, looked like he was going to make a catch, even though he had to reach down almost ankle high to grab it, but he didn't. And now Lynn with his 3rd hit tonight. But then when Buck didn't make the catch, he threw back to first behind Lynn and almost had him, but the ball hit Lynn on the foot, and when it rolled into foul territory, Eric Thames scored the go-ahead run.
And it had top spin on it. You see, he broke back and then had to break in. He didn't get a good jump on it, and there's the throw. It hits Lynn, and that's the difference in the ball game right there. Because Thames comes in to score, and that was his first error he has made, in his career in the outfield?
That is correct, says Teflon Tom.
Well, sure, he's just going to deflect it.
Aaron Hill, 2 for 11 in the series. Looks at a ball up high from Perez. Runner goes, popped him in the air, right field. Buck into the gap. Uh-oh. Lynn's caught around second base. Here's the throw all the way back to first, and he beats it back. I'm not sure that Buck knew right away that he had a chance to get him.
You're right. You are right, because they threw a decoy on him out of the middle infield between Valbuena and Cabrera. They were deking him because he didn't pick the ball up off the bat. A little hit and run. He had a great jump, and he doesn't see it. You see? Valbuena going over there pretending he's going to throw to first base. And Buck did not know, because he did not get rid of it in a hurry. So I don't know. I'm sure Grady was yelling to him. Now he sees it, and he's got to get back in a hurry, and he just does beat it back.
Edwin Encarnacion 0 for 3 tonight. Looks at a ball down low. One on, one out. The pitch, and it's down low. We're going to get a meeting as Tim Belcher goes out to the mound to talk with Rafael Perez. Kind of an odd spot, don't you think, to go out?
Well, unless he sees something mechanically that Rafi's doing wrong, he's going to go out there and tell him.
Well, while they chatted over, let me tell you about WKYC and their new program called Deal Chicken. Cleveland's best place to experience new things for less. You can save 50 to 90% at great restaurants, hotels, spas, golf courses, you name it. Sign up now at DealChicken.com. That's DealChicken.com to receive super deals daily. Runner at first, one down, 2-0 pitch. Toss to first instead. Checked, he almost went around, but he did not. Finds a strike zone, 3-1. Chop towards third. Hanahan goes to second. They get one. Valbuena didn't get the ball out of his glove real quickly. And so the runner is safe at first and the inning stays alive. Looked like an odd transfer, didn't it, Rick?
Well, yeah, he was down there. It wasn't hit that hard. And he had to come across the bag. And when you watch Lind, he was there. Watch the footwork. See, he tried to trick him and go the other way. He thought he was going to slide to the inside part of the bag where Valbuena was going to come across the bag to the shortstop side. And he tried to, cross him up and go the other way. That's all it was. But he did slide to the outside part of the bag. So,
pinch runner down there at first base for Encarnacion.
McCoy. Look at that. He wastes no time.
And he's in easily with a stolen base.
It's his third stolen base. He went there his first movement pretty much. So with 2 outs, you take a chance. You send your pinch runner. That's not an easy thing to do. You've been sitting around now for a couple hours watching a ball game, and I'm sure they stretch and get loose. But all of a sudden you come in and your manager says, go ahead and steal a base. And he does. So he gets himself in a scoring position now with 2 outs. And this is where they have been unbelievable. Hitting a 333 or thereabouts with 2 outs in this series.
Well, Travis Snyder 1 for 3 in the game tonight, but 5 hits in the series. Got some Toronto fans making some noise, stirring things up here. Now the 1-1. Strike is called. And Snyder down on the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Those rowdy Canadians making some noise.
Well, now it's going to wake up the
exactly
Indians
right.
fans. Is what's going to happen, and it's about time because you got to get up here. They're only down a run.
They haven't had a lot to get excited about. Tribe hasn't scored since the 4th off of Sizemore's homer. Now the 1-2 pitch from Perez. He fires. A little bit high, 2-2. Now the 2-2. Rounded towards second. Valbuena throws him out. That'll end the inning. We move now to the bottom of the 8th. Tribe down a run. Going now to the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Indians are down a run. Jack Hanahan, Michael Brantley, Asdrubal Cabrera for the Tribe. Brandon Morrow. This will be his 100th pitch of the night. It's the 4th time this year he's pitched at least 7 innings in a game, equaling his season high. Misses up high, ball 1.
Well, Johnny Farrell, I'm sure, would love to have him go right through this inning and give him 8 strong.
Bullpen busy.
He's had a devastating slider tonight to go with his fastball. 8 punch outs. And he has not been afraid to go inside to the left-handers. First time he faced the Indians back on the 31st of May, he had 9 strikeouts in 5 innings. But he gave up 6 runs.
2-1 the count. You see Luis Perez, the left-hander, he was in the game in the series opener that the Indians rallied to win in the bottom of the 9th. He gave up the grand slam to Hafner. The 2-1. Out of play. You see Chris Perez heating up for the Tribe. Should the Indians tie it or take the lead? He might come in and pitch anyway, though. Depending on what Maniacta has in store. Here's a bouncer to short, backhanded by Escobar. 1 down. Tonight's box score brought to you by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers, introducing the Hyundai Assurance Trade-In Value Guarantee.
Not much to look at.
No, Grady Sizemore had the big fly. That tied the game at that time. But that was in the 4th inning, and the Indians have 1 hit since then. One base runner. That was a base hit by Asdrubal Cabrera to lead off the 6th inning.
And he didn't move from there.
Up high to Michael Brantley. This has been the Indians' inning to make hay all season long, at home especially.
Yeah.
Where they have outscored the opposition 34-12. Deep to right, back is Thames to grab it 2 down. And in this series, they've outscored Toronto 3-1 in the 8th inning, so it's almost to a T for their season average. But there are 2 down now, and the bases are empty for Asdrubal Cabrera, who is 1 for 3 in the ballgame. Season high 7 2/3 innings for Brandon Morrow. As Asdrubal Cabrera just a little bit high, 2-0. And a big hop to second, and Hill stays with it, throws him out, and the Indians go 1-2-3. We go to the 9th, 4-3 Toronto. Ninth inning here at Progressive Field, and Justin Masterson will come on and pitch for the Indians. Jose Molina, Rajai Davis, and Yunel Escobar due up for Toronto. Masterson will come on and get a little work here. He pitched against the Yankees 3 days ago. That was on July the 6th. Now, with the All-Star break coming up, Manny Acta figures chance to get him a little work going into the All-Star break and saving an inning of wear and tear on his bullpen. And a strike call to Molina. who is 2 for 3 with 2 doubles and a run batted in. Big John Roush will start to get loose for Toronto. 0-2 the count on Molina. Swung on and missed. He blew him away. 1 down here in the 9th. Hey, log on to STOHD.com and you can buy a $20 gift card from Johnny Malloy's in Lakewood, and then you'll get one free. Johnny Malloy's, kid-friendly, features the best ribs in town along with award-winning pizza. Johnny Malloy's in Lakewood. Join them on their patio for your next happy hour. And don't forget to check out STOHD.com. Buy a $20 gift card, get one free. Rajai Davis 0 for 3. Pops one off his foot right there. 1-1 to count. A little bit outside. 2 balls and a strike. Well, Justin, this may be a little side work or whatever you want to call it, but he's letting it air out at 97 miles an hour. And you also get an idea, just watching him pitch right now, what the Indians struggled with last year and the year before as far as where does he fit best? Is he better for us in the back end of the bullpen setting up, or is he better as a starting pitcher?
After that last game against the Yankees he pitched, boy, he's really been a very good starter for him this year.
But just what I'm saying is watching this, you can see how the internal debate went, oh, man,
right.
We got a dominant setup guy. Yeah, but we also got a guy who could give us 7 innings every 5 days.
Yeah, or close to it, and he's done just that. He came out in his last start against the Yankees, was dominant.
Popped him up. And Carlos Santana converging with Matt Laporta. He gives way to Laporta, who grabs it 2 down. And, Rick, it was John Farrell, when he was the Indians farm director, who told me years ago, when you have a guy like a Justin Masterson, and he didn't use him as an example then, but he would tell me, when you've got a guy like this, the question you always have to answer internally as an organization is, if you've got a guy that can get you 21 outs, that's more valuable than a guy that gets you 3 outs late in the game.
He's absolutely right.
And
he's got a great body for a starter, big, strong. You know, he's your prototypical starter. You can't get him anymore. They're 92 to 95, big, strong kid.
Really blossoming this year as a starting pitcher too. Threw it right by Yunel Escobar.
With great movement on his fastball.
Now the 1-1. A little bit outside. 2 balls and a strike. Three and 1. With Eric Thames waiting on deck, he would be next. Masterson walks Escobar. And a 2-out base runner now for Eric Thames. Stay tuned after the game for the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care post-game show on STO. Conrad's, home of the lowest everyday tire price guarantee. Eric Thames has doubled. He's been hit by a pitch and he scored 2 runs. Low, ball 1. A little bit outside. Santana's going to go out and talk to him. Masterson, he was going through him like a hot knife through butter, and then all of a sudden he walked Escobar and he's falling behind Thames 2-0.
Not much to say. Just let him sit down, get him back in his rhythm. That's all. I don't know what you're going to tell him. He knows he's got to throw strikes here.
Masterson ready with the 2-0. Swung on and missed. He blew it right by him at 94. Close pitch, didn't get the call. It's 3-1. In the air, foul, out of play, full count. Blue Jays lead it 4-3. In the bottom of the ninth, the Indians will have the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. Hafner, Santana, and Sizemore. Right now, it's up to Justin Masterson to keep it a one-run game. The runner at first takes off. 3-2 pitch. What a play at first by Laporta. He goes to the bag to end the inning. Do the Indians have another fantastic finish in them? Find out next. All right, we go now to the bottom of the ninth here at Progressive Field. On for Toronto, John Roush, looking for his 8th save on the year. 2 wins, 3 losses, ERA 4.21.
Well, a big man coming on. He's going to have to go through the middle part of the lineup. 3, 4, 5. Hafner, Santana, Sizemore, Corey Patterson.
Yeah, they take out Thames, who made one of the plays of the game.
I was just talking to Murph about that. I said, man, that kid made a couple of nice plays in right field, and you put him in. But they know better than we do.
That's the way he's done it all year, I guess.
They know better than what we do. So, but he made a couple of nice plays tonight.
Blue Jays go to the exotic shift for Hafner. Batista, the third baseman, now is in shallow right field for Prunk.
Now this crowd already excited. They're getting on their feet clapping before there's a guy on base.
Up and in, almost got him there. First pitch he saw in the bottom of the ninth inning, he hit for a grand slam and a game winner. And that was off the left-hander, Perez. Now facing Roush, the 1-0 pitch. Changed up on him. And it's 1-1. Big curve. Into center field, a base hit, and the tying run is aboard here in the bottom of the ninth inning. And we'll get a pinch runner for Hafner now, and it's going to be Austin Kearns will come on and run for Hafner.
Well, you got your leadoff man, tying run aboard. So Haf does his job, gets it started, base knock up the middle on a big hanging breaking ball. Didn't try to pull it. There you have it. Only their fourth hit tonight. But that's the tying run.
Now Carlos Santana. He has walked twice tonight, scored a pair. High, ball one. Indians trail it by a run. Their crowd starting to crank it up. 27,661 in attendance here tonight. They want to see another one of those magical moments that we had on Thursday night in the series opener. But with a guy like Roush, you don't want to swing for the fences. You want to take the Hafner approach.
Yes. I mean, he may show you the fastball, but he's going to come up and attack you with that changeup and try and spot his fastball away.
2-0. Here's the set by Roush now in the 2-0 pitch. And it's in there for a strike. Big John Roush. He's on the hot seat here. Trying to preserve a 4-3 lead for Toronto in the bottom of the ninth. Tying run at first. 2-1 to Santana. Off the glove of Roush. Lynn with the flip back to Roush, and they get Santana by a whisker at first base. He went in with that very dangerous head-first dive, and he's punched out. Tying run into scoring position with one out now.
Well, that's all right. He's in scoring position. You got that runner over. If Roush catches that ball, it's probably a double play. Goes off his glove, deflects to Lind at first base, and then he's got to get over to cover. The guy's got enough presence to go to the bag. Santana, that's one of the few times I will agree that you may have to go in there head first. You see the big guy coming over, but Lynn gives him a nice flip, and he does beat him there.
That was really close.
Yeah, that right hand was passed, but the left hand, I think that foot beat him to the bag. It was awfully close. You're going in head first, and you see it. But now you've got the tying run in scoring position. First base open. Sizemore the hitter. They're going over it on the mound right now.
So Grady Sizemore at the plate. Travis Buck on deck with one out, bottom of the ninth inning. Roush delivers. And Grady looks at a ball down low. Sizemore's two-run homer in the fourth tied the game at 3. Toronto scored an unearned run in the fifth to take the lead, and it stayed that way ever since. Back to the mound, Roush.
He did not even look
to first for out number 2. Kearns, the tying run, goes to third.
He did not even look at that runner at second base. They had him dead to rights if he chooses. He says, I need my outs. He went right to first base. Wasn't even thinking of the runner on second. You watch. I mean, if he wanted to, he could have went right at it and froze Kearns. But he doesn't. He doesn't even look. He just goes for the out.
Now you've got Travis Buck at the plate, 0 for 3. Well, this is baseball at its best right here. You got Travis Buck, who committed his first error as an outfielder when his throw hit the runner going back to first base and allowed Toronto to take a 4-3 lead. And now he has a chance in his last at bat to make up for it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, he can come back.
And a first pitch strike from Roush.
It's an amazing game. There's sometimes, or earlier in the game you could be the GOAT. There's times at the end of the game you could be the king. So he's got an opportunity to tie it here with a base hit.
And it's strike 2 called. And Buck is in a deep hole now with the tying run 90 feet away. Way outside. Roush ready now with a 1-2 pitch. And Buck shoots it back. Hanging in there. Down on the count, 1-2.
Just went right with that fastball there. It maybe came out a little bit more than he wanted to, but Travis Buck gets a piece of it to stay alive. One more pitch.
Roush fires. Buck shoots it back again.
Well, you'll see Molina wanted the heater inside, and boy, that thing leaks out over the plate.
Indians looking for a big 2-out base hit right here. They're on their feet at Progressive Field. The 1-2 pitch is down low. And the count back to even. The 2-2. Grounded foul, first base side in the game.
He is a battling.
It's been a 7-pitch at bat, and Buck has fouled off a number of close ones. Josh Tomlin, the starter, hoping to see Buck deliver here in the bottom of the 9th. The 2-2. Line drive fouled on the right side.
That's all right. Staying alive. Anything you can. In hopes, he makes a mistake, and he missed his spot a couple of times in this at-bat already.
Kearns the tying run at third base. Outfield straightaway fairly deep for Travis Buck with 2 down. And that's popped up foul over near the dugout. And into the dugout suite it went as Molina went into a slide.
He's sitting over there. That's that's great effort. He can't run very fast, but I'll tell you what, it's all effort right here trying to catch that ball. He picks it up, and that's full throttle right there.
Hammer down.
And, he knew the only chance he had was sliding if it was going to get in there, and he's trying, but that's great effort. Good hustle.
This will be the 10th pitch of this at-bat for Travis Buck as he bears down on John Roush. The 2-2. Again, it's fouled back out of play.
This is a great at-bat, boy. You want to talk about making this guy work to get an out. If he does get one, he was down on the count 0-2. 6 foul balls.
And Molina going to go out for a chat. Maybe he's got a different idea how he would approach this than what Roush.
Why not go out there? He's been up there for this is the Travis Buck hour right here. He's got his own show going on in this at-bat. And why not? It's been a good one. We'd love to see him cap it off with a base hit right here to tie it.
The 2-2. Line toward left. Back is Snyder. Still going back. It's over his head and off the wall. The Indians have tied the game. Buck into second base with a 2-out RBI double. And we are dead even at 4.
How good was that at-bat? I mean, that was unbelievable.
Absolutely tremendous effort. And as I said, one of the things that I have always loved about baseball, you can make a mistake, but chances are you will get a shot at redemption. And Travis Buck made good on his.
Boy, he sure did. That was some kind of at-bat, and that's going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. What was that, a 12-pitch at-bat, ends up hitting a double, gets himself into scoring position, and that's a tie ball game. They tie it up, they get Tomlin off the hook, and they have a chance to win it right here.
Now a round ball to third. Batista fires it over. And that will end the inning. We've got extra innings tonight in Cleveland. All tied at 4 as we go to the 10th. Extra innings are presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Feed your wild side. Well, we go to the 10th inning, and Chris Perez will come on now for the Indians. And he'll have to face the heart of the Blue Jays order, Jose Batista, Adam Lynn, and Aaron Hill. 36th appearance for the Indians' all-star closer. A 2.23 ERA. He has struck out 21 in 32 1/3 innings of work. Down low to Batista for ball 1. High fly ball, deep left. Back is Brantley on the track at the wall, and it is gone. Jose Batista's second home run of the game, is 31st now on the year. And the Blue Jays go right back on top, 5-4. Man, this guy is not human.
Well, I'll tell you, you can't miss with him. This guy is so locked in. And it takes one swing of the bat for them to get back. That fastball went right down to Broadway. They wanted it away. It didn't go. And he knew he got enough of it. See that ball come back over the plate, middle of the plate? He just looks at it, and it's out of here. So they go right back on top, 5-4. Took the crowd out of it a little bit, didn't it?
You're not kidding. Adam Lynn, 3 hits tonight. Kansas City, meanwhile, leading Detroit 10-6. They're in the 6th inning at Kauffman. Lynn chased one up high, 2-2. Blue Jays have right-hander Sean Camp warming up in their bullpen. Bottom of the Indians order due up 8-9-1. Chris Perez. And you see Sean Camp in the Toronto bullpen. Well, Chris Perez, for whatever reason, and again, we even asked Mike Jackson, a former closer and a former setup guy, the other night. Closers in non-save situations, it's sometimes problematic as Brantley grabs that. Now, whether that has anything to do with this particular situation, and maybe this one has more to do with the fact that Jose Bautista is just living on another planet right now.
That certainly could be. It's only the second home run Perez has given up this year.
Aaron Hill, 0 for 4 tonight. That's too low again. 2 balls, no strikes. It's 3-0. Finds the strike zone with a fastball. In the air, center field. Back goes Grady. Still going back. He's got a beat on it, though. Makes the catch. 2 down. Mike McCoy, who came on as a pinch runner for Edwin Encarnacion in the 8th.
And promptly stole a base.
McCoy has 15 hits and 71 at-bats on the year. Two and 0 the count. Taken all the way, looks at a strike, and it's 2-1. 8 balls, 8 strikes thrown by Perez here in this 10th inning. But the home run by Jose Bautista to lead it off has given Toronto a 5-4 lead. 3-1. He runs the count to full. And a ground ball to third. Nice backhanded stop by Hanahan. Gets up, throws, not in time. I don't know if he had trouble just gaining his footing or getting the ball out of his glove, but just a slightest hesitation might have cost him.
Well, let's take a look at it.
Yeah,
he never
it did
had
pop
the ball.
Loose. I didn't notice that initially. It did pop loose.
Tell you what, he still made it awfully close, didn't he?
So
that guy could run a little bit, though. He got down the line in a hurry.
Yeah. No missteps in his giddy-up. Travis Snyder. Fastball, strike one. Now Perez comes ready. Fires to first. McCoy back with a dive. Right back. And now it's a ball and 2 strikes for Chris Perez. He's had to throw 22 pitches in this 10th inning, excuse me. Bautista led it off with a homer. And got Lind and Hill to fly out. And McCoy the infield single. Here now is the 1-2 pitch. McCoy takes off, and again it's fouled away by Snyder.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised he didn't run earlier on the 1-2 count to protect Snyder here. He got when he came into pinch run, he took off on the first pitch with a left-hander in there. Just try and get yourself in scoring position with 2 strikes.
It's about to be the 25th pitch of the inning for Chris Perez. Oh, he got him looking. There's no question about it. That inning is now over. But the home run by Jose Bautista has Toronto up a run as we go to the bottom of the 10th. Camp on for Toronto. He'll be facing Luis Valbuena, Jack Hanahan, and Michael Brantley. 39th appearance for Camp. 1 win, a loss, an ERA of .454. He's had his moments. He's given up 45 hits and 37 2/3 innings. Valbuena tonight has gone 0 for 3, and he has struck out twice. And he'll lead it off for the Tribe.
Well, see if they can get that leadoff man aboard again. They tied it in the 9th, and Toronto came right back with one swing of the bat. Took the lead again.
Valbuena looks at a ball down low. That's outside, 2-0. Sean Camp delivers. And Valbuena swings away, fouls it over toward the Blue Jay dugout. Luis is one of those guys you've really got to work hard to walk him. Pops it up on the infield, and he is 0 for 4 tonight. One down for Jack Hanahan. Jack Hanahan 0 for 3 tonight. He was 4 for 7 in the first 2 games of this series. But tonight, 2 ground outs and a strikeout. And a routine bouncer to first, the flip. 2 down. Well, Michael Brantley will try to keep it alive for the Indians here in the 10th. He's 0 for 4 on the evening. Brantley struck out in the first, grounded out in the third, flied to center in the 5th, flied to right in the 8th. Up high, ball 1. Brantley was 6 for 11 in the first 2 games of the series after the 4-hit performance last night. Two balls, no strikes. Day game tomorrow, 1 o'clock start. Carlos Carrasco for the Indians, Brett Cecil for Toronto. We'll have it for you on Sports Time Ohio at 1. 3 balls, no strikes. All you need is a base runner here. And then things get interesting, as Dribble Cabrera would be next. Camp finds the strike zone there. The 3-1. Bounced foul. Ooh. Just barely.
Well, you're right, because he wasn't, he's right on the line. He's hugging that line. This ball, watch this. I mean, it is just barely foul.
Yeah, you could see it just go in front of the bag right before it got to first base in foul territory. So the string is out for Michael Brantley with 2 down here in the last of the 10th. Tribe down a run, 5-4. And the payoff pitch is lined toward left. Back is Snyder. reaches up and pulls it down, and the Indians fall to the Blue Jays tonight by a final score of 5-4. Man, Brantley gave it a ride, but could not get it over Snyder's head. And so that terrific comeback by the Indians in the bottom of the ninth goes for naught after the Batista homer in the 10th gives Toronto the ultimate victory here tonight. And now Toronto has won 2 of the first 3 in this series, with the finale coming tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So with the win, Toronto is now 44-47. Indians dropped to 47-41. And the losing pitcher is Chris Perez. And for the Indians, the right-hander goes to 2-4 on the year. The winning pitcher, ironically, for Toronto is John Roush, who blew the save but gets the win, his third. And the save goes to Sean Camp. And that's his first.
Yeah.
All right, time now for our play of the game, brought to you by KeyBank. Thanks for making KeyBank the #1 bank in Northeastern Ohio.
Well, the Indians battled so hard to tie this game in the 9th, and I'll tell you what, a couple of pitches into it, the league's leading home run hitter, all of baseball, hits his second of the night, his 31st on the year. That gave him a 5-4 lead, and that was good enough. Boy, it didn't take him long, and that's the one guy. He didn't hurt the Indians until tonight. That's going to be our KeyBank key play of the game.
All right, so for those of you here on Channel 3, stay tuned. Law and Order SUV, or SVU. SUV. I don't think they have one of those. SVU is coming up next. If you want to check out the post-game show on Conrad's on Sports Time Ohio, we'll have it for you coming up right after the break.